Good morning, everyone. Dear guests, it's my pleasure to participate in the opening ceremony of the new plant of Yanfeng Automotive Interior in Plané. In July 2015, Wi-Fi established its first plant in Zatex. Less than 2 years later, it built this factory, the second one in Plané. This reflects the enthusiasm and confidence of Chinese companies represented by Wi-Fi for investing in the Czech Republic. It also confirms the good momentum and prospects for booming economic and trade cooperation between our two countries. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy, I'd like to extend my warm congratulations. Over the past 3 years, our bilateral relationship has witnessed the best period in its history. The two sides seized the opportunity presented by the Belt and Road Initiative to enhance pragmatic cooperation in various fields, which has already borne rich fruit and delivered benefits to our two peoples. Bilateral trade has maintained steady growth, exceeding $11 billion in 2016, which amounts for 20% of China's total trade with 16 countries in Central and Eastern Europe. In the first quarter of this year, Czech's export to China increased by 18% year-on-year. Two-way investments have witnessed an explosive growth. Czech investment in China increased $1.8 billion. China has become the most important overseas market for some famous Czech companies, such as Škoda Auto and Home Credit. The total investment from China exceeded $2.7 billion by the end of 2016, with a comparison of less than $300 million 3 years ago. In addition to automobile industry, machinery, household appliances, chemical and other traditional manufacturing industries, more and more Chinese companies are expanding investments in information technology, general aviation, new energy, high-speed rail, e-commerce, finance, tourism, and etc. Infrastructure connectivity has made a breakthrough. 3 Chinese airliners have opened 3 direct flights to Prague, respectively from Beijing, Shanghai, and Chengdu, with 16 flights per week, which serve as air corridor to facilitate unimpeded trade and people-to-people exchange. In 2016, Chinese tourists made 355,000 visits to the Czech Republic. The number is doubled in 3 years' time. A steady stream of Chinese tourists is conducive to the people-to-people exchange between us and bringing considerable dividends to local people. Looking forward to the future, Sino-Czech cooperation is promising. Here I would like to share with you the latest development in China about Belt and Road Initiative. In Beijing, China hosted the Belt and Road Forum, BRF, in May. Heads of state and government from 29 countries, including the Czech Republic, and more than 1,500 delegates representing over 130 countries and 70 international organizations attended the BRF. During the BRF, they had in-depth exchange of views and discussed ways to boost cooperation, build cooperation platforms, and share cooperation benefits. The BRF proposed to build the Belt and Road into a road for peace, a road of prosperity, a road of opening up, a road of innovation, and a road connecting different civilizations. The participants reached a number of agreements in cooperation, which include 76 items comprising over 270 concrete results in 5 key areas, namely policy, infrastructure, trade, financial, and people-to-people connectivity. During the BRF, President Xi Jinping had bilateral talks with President Zeman. The two sides reached a new consensus on jointly advancing the Belt and Road Initiative, and they signed 3 new cooperation agreements, which injected new impetus into our further cooperation. We hope that companies from both sides could seize this opportunity, identify converging interests, unleash the potential for bilateral cooperation, and expand win-win cooperation. I wish that Wi-Fi could strive to improve its ability in its overseas operation so as to well establish itself in local region, set a good example for other Chinese companies, and play a major role in bilateral economic and trade cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mrs. Mako.